I'm Greco from Saperis, and in this video, I'm going to share my thoughts with you on when I would choose Google Chat to communicate something, and when, on the other hand, I'll use the more traditional Gmail email notification to communicate a piece of information. Email has been the de facto business communication channel for the last 25 years. I would say if you were born before the 2000s or maybe even 2010, this is likely what you have been using at work to communicate. Now, the type of information I would share through email is formal and structured. So whenever something is very formal, let's say I'm contacting a customer of mine, I will write him or her a formal email. You can share detailed information in email, so you might want to add, a chart, a table. There's cool workarounds by creating this in Google Docs and then adding it to Gmail. Maybe you want to make an official announcement. Maybe there's an IPO upcoming. You're bringing your company to, NASDAQ. That might be something you want to share through a more formal email. Then you can schedule messages to send later. This is a super useful tool or a little helper that you can do in Gmail. I use this often when I'm sending out, resources for a training session, and I want the participants to receive that email, let's say an hour before the session starts. Well, then I typically schedule this in advance. When it comes to email, you receive the response to any given email you've written when it's convenient for the recipient. So it's an asynchronous communication. Means that when I send out an email, let's say to a customer of mine, I don't expect that person answering within 2-3 minutes. Maybe that person is even out of office or at a meeting. So I generally, am happy with receiving an email or response to my email maybe in the next 24 or 48 hours. The rise of the many different chat apps has changed the way we communicate and even the pace at which we communicate. Let's take Google Chat, for instance. The type of information I would share here is informal and fast. That's what I'm speaking about when I say it has changed the pace at which we communicate. Usually I would send text messages to one or more people. In Google Chat, you can have a one-on-one chat with someone. You can have a group chat with a couple of different people, or you can have a room. So a room is something I typically would have, let's say for a project team, where you're discussing all things about the project. You can even have different threads. If you don't know what I'm talking about, or if you would like to get to know how to use this, have a look at my chat guide I've created. I will be linking it right about now, and I guide you through all of the different options you have in Google Chat. I highly recommend that video. Now, the information we share is fast-moving and text-based. That means that you don't share charts and diagrams through chat. Instead, it's more about just writing text, sometimes not even full sentences, maybe just a short sentence or a piece of a sentence or a word, That's the way we communicate with the chat app. As I already mentioned, you can have also informal groups. So let's say maybe you're organizing a party. Maybe there's something that you want to celebrate together. You might want to just make ad hoc quickly a chat group, add some people who are organizing this, and then send out the information you need to. Chat apps and Google Chat in specific, as being part of Google Workspace, is meant for quick answers. So here, in contrast to email, if I receive an answer from someone after, let's say, 48 hours, that's a bit late. So you expect people to be around in order for them to be able to answer. And there's a good thing in Google Chat that when someone's out of office, so they have an out of office in their calendar, I see that in Google Chat. And that's important for me because otherwise I may message them. I think they're working, be it working from home or at their office location. and I'm wondering why they're not answering. Well, if I see that they're out of office, well, then in that case, I'd rather send an email with my request, and the person can answer me whenever they're back from vacation or whatever time off they had. I don't know if you know this, but it's best practice in most cultures, I'd say, at least here in the European culture where saperis is based, that we don't use emojis like smileys and stuff like that in email. Because remember, email is more formal. But on the other hand, in chat messages are full of emojis. That's where you can express your emotions somewhat, maybe even crack a joke in a message. So it's absolutely okay to use emojis in chats, but I do not recommend you doing that in email messages. In our first scenario, Jane is ordering pizza for the lunch and learn that the team's going to have. And this would be a typical situation where I would use chat to quickly communicate. So here in Google Chat, we see Jane has created a group communication, a group chat with Adam, with Chanel. She's, asking, you want a pizza as well? As I said, send out emojis. Just send it out like so, and instantly the other two will be notified and can quickly answer if they want a slice of pizza, or maybe even their own whole big family pizza for during the lunch and learn. The second scenario is Jane sending out the revenue statistics to the team. Now, this is something I typically would do in an email where you might want to give a little bit of more information. We have an email already prepared here. Let's say here she has a nice table going with the overview, with the numbers. She just copies, pastes it. So I was doing this with the keyboard combination of Command C and Command B. I think, on the Windows, it would be Control C and Control V, so I'm on the Mac, obviously. So this is something I typically would send out as an email, something a bit more formal, or just needing a little bit more of information, like this table where you want to also visually present these numbers. On to the quiz. Let's say there's a new employee joining saperis, and Jane wants to inform the team about this new employee that will be, let's say joining in 2 weeks' time. The question is, should Jane spread this information through chat or through email? Which do you choose? Which would you choose if you were in Jane's situation? And maybe more importantly, why do you choose that communication channel? Let us all know in the comments section below. Now that you have a better insight on when to choose which communication channel, how about you have a look at my other videos, like, how you can create filters in Gmail or apply labels to better organize your inbox. And would you mind subscribing to this YouTube channel by hitting the subscribe button below? Because every week we publish new video tutorials about Google Workspace, how to automate it with Google Apps Script, and so on. And I think it would be really sad if you were to miss out on all that information.